Rev up your engines!
Dwayne Vickers says, do car washes that push your car in neutral destroy automatic transmissions? No, it's not a good idea to go through a car wash anyways. The brushes scratch your paint, they get dirt on them. But you can't tow a car in neutral with an automatic transmission with the wheels on the ground because it can actually overheat the transmission and burn out all kinds of stuff. But I'm talking about towing a thing 40 miles, 50 miles, 150 miles. It's only towing it a few hundred feet. That ain't gonna really hurt anything in and of itself, you know. But stay away from automatic car washes because they really do put micro scratches on your paint. They're not very good things. Now, if it's at least one that says it's the brushless one where there's no brushes, it won't clean it as well. But at least then it's just squirting stuff on. And then if it air dries it with an air blower, it's not that bad. But if they got brushes, those brushes get dirt on them. Not a good idea. Garland Brigham says, Scotty, I'm 6'3", 280 pounds, looking for a good weekend car or truck. What vehicles do you recommend I'll actually fit in? You can find old Crown Vic or Grand Marquis. You could fit in one of those. Check out some of the Toyota Camrys. They got pretty big seats. I got a tall customer that got a Camry, and he likes it. Now, if you're looking at trucks, Ford F-150s, hey, they got all kinds of headroom in them. They make them for big people. You might check out the Ford F-150s, too, if you're looking for a truck. Look at a Ranger, but the Rangers are a bit smaller. You might not be able to fit in a Ranger. Try it, though. You never know. You might find one that you can fit in. You definitely fit in an F-150, though. Hisim Yasin says, Scotty, do you think GM ventilators will be reliable? Well, let's hope they are. From what I've read, they're going to build them in a clean room where they do electronic stuff. So it'll be a sanitary room. You don't have to worry about that. And the other thing is they're going to get a lot of help from other people that show how to make the things. I mean, they're not cars, so they're going to have to bring in a lot of engineers and other people to check it out and make it right. It's not like they're cars. They're certainly a lot simpler to build than cars are. There's a lot less involved in them. They're basically pumping air in and out. We're not talking about super rocket science. They made these things for years. The only things will be making the circuit boards and everything right. And since they're going to be doing it in an electronic clean factory where they do electronics, they shouldn't have too many problems doing it, really. Aaron DC says, hey, Scotty, greetings from Mississauga, Canada. I bought a 2017 Volkswagen Jetta 1.4 turbo automatic last year. I love it and has 55,000 kilometers. What's your opinion? Well, hello, Mississauga. The first time in my life I ever ate sushi was in Mississauga. I used to go to York University. Went with a friend. I'd never had sushi. I love it. You know, I really got hooked on the stuff. Now, I am not a Volkswagen fan, but you bought it. And it's got 55,000 kilometers, which is what? I don't know, 27,000 miles or something. It's not that many miles. Baby it. Change the oil a lot. Don't listen to this crap where you can change it every 10,000 miles. Change it every 5,000 miles. Oil and filters are cheap. Engines are not. Take care of it. Now, it's a turbo. Don't always rev it up as high as you can to spool it out because that's going to wear the engine out faster. You got it? Take care of it. Don't push the engine too hard. It can go fast, but it'll wear out faster that way too. Overview car says I got Hyundai Elantra. The car starts and immediately shuts down. The numero uno thing that does that is a vacuum leak. If you got a hose or a line that came off, you start it up, it'll start, but then sucks too much air, makes the mixture too lean, and it dies out. So you definitely want to check that. You also want to check the ignition switch because if that goes bad, you turn the key and it starts. And when you let go of the key, if the ignition switch is broken, it'll take the power off entirely and it'll die because it's running the power with it in the start position. But then when you let go, if the on running position part of the switch is broken, that's exactly what it'll do. So you'd want to check that next. Those are the two most common things that occur that make it start right up and then die. The defensive pro says, Scotty, hey, should I get a 2013 Honda Civic or a 2012 Toyota Camry automatic transmission? Well, I definitely go with the Camry, the 12s. Those are pretty bulletproof cars. Oh, those things just ran forever and run and run. And the Honda Civics are good vehicles. Their transmissions are a little bit on the weak side. But for that, you're talking about completely different cars. Now, the Civic handles better, gets better gas mileage, but it doesn't ride as well, especially on a highway as a Camry. They're two totally different animals. You might want to road test each and see which one you're happier with driving first. Because I've had some customers who'll buy a car, and then they come to me and they say, I don't like how this rides. I said, well, that's how those cars ride. Didn't you road test it before? Should have asked me, what's a good riding car? And I said, well, here's a good riding car. Here's a zippy car that corners well, but what do you want? Corner zippy car or a car that really really rides nice. You got to decide that yourself. Road test them first. Plenty of used cars to check out there at lots. Wayne Francis says, where is your shop, Scotty? Deep in the heart of Texas, downtown Houston, Texas. People just email me for appointments. I work on the weekdays. I still fix cars, so I still know what I'm talking about. And believe me, as the way things change, you got to keep learning and learning and learning. Be watching me here to learn about cars. I use the internet to learn about cars too. Join a bunch of mechanics forums. There's all kinds of information. Whenever I need information on cars, I use all data information systems. I just put it on my computer boot, click a button. Oh, there it is. Read how to fix it. All the data's there. You can keep up if you want to. There's the resources these days to get information on fixing cars, but you gotta keep up, or you're not be able to give people good advice about modern cars because they're always changing. So you gotta keep up with it, and I do. Freedom19 says, Scotty, how do you get rid of taco stains on your seats? Somebody's been eating tacos and being messy. You know, the best thing that I've ever found is that old Resolve spray. I guess it's got OxyClean stuff in it. First, clean the taco mess off, but you're gonna have stains from all of the sauce. I'm assuming you're a sauce man like I am. I use a lot of hot sauce. Spray it on. Let it soak for a minute and a half. Let it soak good. Then you get a nice clean towel. Rub it off as hard as you can. Then do it again. Get a little fingernail scrub brush. Scrub it down. Spray it again. Let it soak for another minute and a half. Get another clean towel. Wipe it all off. And you probably find a towel's going to get all taco stained. But that Resolve cleaner is really good for getting stains out. I use it on a rug in the house here because I'm walking in and out. A lot of times I screw up and I got oil stain on my boots, and then I step on the rug and it leaves a big stain. I quick clean it up before my wife sees it. Kevin Barola says, Scotty, new finish of Rain-X as a rain repellent on your windshield. Well, you know, ages ago I used Rain-X and it was okay. But I've been using the new finish for a couple of years. One of my customers said, Scotty, that's great stuff. So my wife's Lexus had one problem that a lot of them had. I guess they didn't make the windshields the perfect size. And you put on new wipers and they work okay for a few months. And then you put on new wipers, they go away, but then it'll come back in a few months. Get the new finish. Polish your windshield with it. And I did, and that noise went away, and it's never come back. And that was 2 years ago. And I sometimes get lazy and forget, and then I say, aha, time to polish it again. Just like polishing your paint. And it really makes the windshield smooth. You can't beat the new finish. I swear by it. I use it on all my cars now. I'm using my motorcycle too, using my motorcycle goggles, because it really makes them nice and slippery so stuff comes off. And then even I found when birds poop on them now, you can wipe it off a lot easier. It doesn't stick on as good. Mark Furman says, Scotty, I purchased an 09 RX 350 Lexus 71,000 miles. Check engine light is on. Ran scan tool issue on the evap system. What should I do? Check engine light's not on. It legally passes inspection. That's anything has to do with it could ruin the catalytic converter. Now, there are many more layers of analytics. Many times I get customers buy a car like that. I put my big scan tool before they buy it when I check it out. I find many codes. Rarely do I find one that doesn't have some codes on it. And I explain to them, these are high-tech codes. Your car runs fine. It passes the emissions. You don't care about those codes. Sometimes you get communication codes. Cars are so computerized and so complex. As long as it runs okay and your check engine light doesn't come on, not going to hurt anything. Most modern cars are going to do that, and that's what? 11 years old, they're almost all going to kick codes when they're that complex and that old. Davis Dombrowski says, Tacoma versus Frontier, which should I get? Well, the Tacoma is a better pickup truck overall, but the Frontiers are okay, and you can get them a lot cheaper used. Now, let's say you're going to buy a brand new vehicle. If you can afford the Tacoma, buy it. It might last forever. But the Frontier is a lot cheaper. And if you're going to keep less than 150,000 miles, the Frontier generally lasts that long. I had a customer who's got two of them, 140,000 on each. He runs a business. He's happy with them. But if you're going to buy a used pickup truck, you're going to find that Tacomas cost 4 to 5 times what the used Frontiers do. So you can get a Frontier a lot cheaper. And if it's got less than 100,000 miles on it used, and a mechanic says it's okay, hey, you might get the Frontier. Now, a lot of things have to do with money and price and mileage, not just overall best quality. That's the way things are. You got to be logical when you're looking at stuff. Don't always pay too much. Igbo Tifo says, Scotty, I'm glad to be back. Haven't seen your videos in a while. Well, I upload 2 videos every day of the week on YouTube. So you want to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I've been doing this for years. I've been on YouTube since 2007. So I never miss putting up videos. Nothing's like this virus thing going on. Hey, doesn't bother me. I'm always at home anyways. I work out of my house. My driveway's over here. My garage is behind it, 20 feet from where I'm sitting right now. So I'm always working and putting up videos, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I'm always putting up. And I've been putting up 2 a week for a long time. I mean, 2 a day. Over a year I've been putting up 2 a day. I used to put up a few a week. Now I put up 2 a day. So you're missing out on something here.
So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.